Hey, good evening. Welcome back. Hope everybody's doing well. You all had a good week. I was at the other side of the world, so I just enjoying a little bit of simulation now and fun time. So yeah, welcome back. I hope you're ready for the weekend. Today is week 9 of the NFL tour to go from Phoenix and take the Arizona Cardinals to San Francisco to go and play the San Francisco 49ers. Hey, Inza, how you doing? Welcome back. How was your week? I went to a place that is quite special to you, so it was a little bit interesting. Didn't go very far because of all the restrictions, but yeah, it was nice to go and see the place. But yeah, here we are today in Phoenix for the United 2057, I think it is. Yeah, 2057. Boeing 777. Obviously, not on this particular route because it's a 737 or 320 route with United, with Southwest, and other airlines as well. So, but today we're gonna do it on the 777, so it's gonna be good fun. So, without further ado, we had the music that always pumps me up, the music there, and we'll get cracking with the flight. So we'll jump in and bring FS to crew. Oops. Here it is, and do the PF events.
Hi, Captain. How are you today?
I'm great. I'm great. Cool. I will send her for the walk around.
I'm out for the walk around.
Excellent. So, like always, we'll have a quick look at the flight plan. If I can find my flight plan here. Here it is, which actually I need to send to the Discord. Here we are, KSFO, KPHX. Excellent, so the flight plan is on Discord, that's good. And yeah, let's have a look quickly. Nothing really exciting or out of the ordinary, but yeah, we've got an hour and 32 minutes of flying time. We'll take 18.6 tons of fuel. These are weights, kind of normal weights, but obviously for the takeoff weight, relatively light because we don't have a lot of fuel. And all the information, the flight plan, that is filed on VATSIM. And then weather-wise, Phoenix is nice, 22 degrees, 2 degrees on the dew point. So when you've got like a big split like this, above all with the dew point, I mean, it's very dry. So there you go, but you're in the desert, in the Arizona desert. And San Francisco is nice as well, only 13 degrees. That's a little bit chilly from kind of early afternoon, I would say, at this time, or maybe kind of late morning. A little bit of mist earlier on, and now I should clear up for runway 28 left, so not that warm actually. I'm surprised, 13 degrees. Must be a cool breeze coming from the ocean that cool things down. Anyway, so yeah, good weather. I mean, by the time we get there, from 1700, it should nicely clear up there. So yeah, nice weather today. No, no major concerns, and that's the route that kind of turns all the way around, flying close to LA and then across to San Francisco. Above headwind, as you can see here, the wind chart, flight level 360. A little bit of a headwind, but not too bad. That's that. So now we'll jump in and get the show on the road. So we'll go up there on the oops, that's not what I wanted to do there. Hold on. maneuver. Here we are. So many screens, so many buttons. Yeah, we come up on the Adiru and switch it on and arm the emergency lights. And then I come down here on the status page and check any message, just the TCAS like always. Cool. After that, let's have a look at the FMC. So we'll have the 777-300 ER G90, 115,000 pounds of thrust. The Iraq is the 2011, which was active from yesterday, actually. Yesterday was the time of the month, and Dragon Fuel Flow will leave it as is. Then we'll enter the origin airport, KPHX, and then take the GPS position there to set the inertial position. So there we can go to the route request. Now we got 300 routes, so not gonna run through all the routes here and just enter the first letters. Now it's gonna give me 2 routes, so it's route number 4. So pick this one and request it. Cool. Now we got the requesting message, and then it's gonna say sent. So once it's sent, then we'll wait another few more seconds, which in the aircraft then can take a little bit longer, but here it comes relatively quickly. Here we are, route 1 uplink ready, so we can clear that and load the message, the uplink, I mean. Good, so we got route 1 uplink loading, and we now have the origin airport, the destination airport. We'll enter the call sign, or well, the flight number here, but it's actually the call sign. So United 2057, yeah. I think I'm gonna struggle with this one today. 2057. And then on the next page you got the route, which I believe is correct. I'm not gonna bother really checking it today. I will activate and execute that. Then in the perf init, we'll reject it like always, because the information given here by PMDG is not correct. We'll enter the reserve, which is 5.7. The alternate is Auckland, which is just across the bay, so it's not very far. If you can't make it into San Francisco, it's just on the other side of the bay into Auckland, so it's not too bad. So 5.7 on the reserves. Cruising altitude is 360. Cost index today is my usual 120. And then here we've got all the information correct. So engine out, acceleration height in case of an engine failure on takeoff, 1,000 feet to accelerate and clean up. The flaps, the aircraft to accelerate. And then in normal conditions, acceleration height 3,000 feet and thrust reduction 1,500. So that's all correct. Cool. Then on departure arrival, I think today from Phoenix is yeah, 7 left. So we'll go runway 7 left and take up the Keynes 2 and then the Uber transition. We go back to the route page, now the runway showing, and then we've got Keynes 2 to Uber. That takes us then to Uber itself, and no discontinuity, so we can execute that. Then on the next page, like always, you need to double check that the information you have in the FMC is correct and reflects the information you have on the chart. So we'll bring up the chart. Here it is. There we go. Oh no, Inda. Oh, that's no great. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I thought you already had COVID, no? Or maybe I'm not sure. I thought you had it already, and you're getting it again. God. Oh, well, I hope you get better soon, because that's obviously not a very pleasant situation. But I wish you a prompt recovery. I hope everything goes well. Oh yeah, twice then. Wow. I'm sorry to hear all that. It's as I said, I hope you recover quickly and everything goes back to normal and you're ready for more action soon. Cool. All you need to do now is chill out and recover. Oh, that's a shame. Right. You know, they do say, you know, that even vaccinated and stuff, and you still can catch it like another time, and it's crazy. And this thing is crazy. We'll never like get rid of it. It's absolutely like bonkers. So on the chart from runway 07 left, we're gonna go to Futep initially, so that's correct. Then to Askerd, it's in there as well. Then to Usai, then to Masve. Masve is 220 knots and 7,000 feet or above, which is set. And then we've got Oakley here, and then all the way to Kins. So Kins is set here. Then we've got Iso, which is here. And then finally I go to Colts and then to Herber, so Colts, Herber. So the transition is in, no issues here. So that's good. Then in the route data, we'll load the winds here. Here we are, we got a sample of winds. Actually, like always at the moment, the winds are not really correct because they are all like odd flight level numbers, but we can change them or not like a big problem. We'll execute that. And then in the descent forecast, we'll take the forecast winds as well. Here we are. These winds you can really amend, and it's the same in the aircraft, it's always the same levels. So even, for example, if you are cruising at 20,000 feet, then you will still have those 5 levels with 2 levels way above the cruise, if you see what I mean. Yeah, you can't change that. On the nav radio page, we don't do anything. Progress page, it's 622 for flight plan distance of 626, so very close. And we'll do a route copy onto route 2 and then back to route 1. FMC com page, we check any outstanding uplinks. Everything has been used. Fixed page we can leave as it is. Here we've got 18,000 feet. So that's all good. Alright, then we're on the US, so we go inches of mercury.
I'm back from the walk around.
Hey,
Everything
she's
looks good.
back. Hey, lad, Washington bound. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Instu is a favorite, mostly for the transition via Messi because he's the GOAT. And if you go to KLX there, you can come via the Hollywood Star. Ah, yeah. Let's have a look again at the transition. I didn't notice Messi transition. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, yeah. Today we're not doing the Messi transition. It's the Herber transition actually. But yeah, I had not noticed that Messi. Yeah, he's the GOAT. I'm not convinced about him being the GOAT, but it's all like a matter of opinion. Huh? Cool. Excellent. Right, so we've got 3003 on the altimeter, that's good. We'll switch on the flight director, make the runway heading 078, I believe. I'll quick double check that. The one good thing to check your runway heading with the charts is to look at your airport layout. and then look at the threshold here of the runway you are looking for the heading. Here is 7 left, circle here. Yeah, runway heading 078. Good. So we go 078 to come up here in the track, and then initially I think it's 8,000 feet. Hey, Speedbear 540, how are you doing? Yeah, all good, thank you very much. We're just continuing week 9 now. It's pretty much halfway through the season, because it's there's 18 weeks I think this year, although it's only 17 games, so there's always like one bye week for each team. So yeah, it's pretty much halfway now. So doing well. It's I never thought I would manage to do every single week, so for the moment I'm doing well. Doing very well indeed. I hope you had a good week as well. I got your message on Discord about the PPL, so congratulations, that was good. First step for a long commercial career ahead. That's good. I just double checked the top altitude, as they call it in the Jepson charts. So that's Kins to departure, and top altitude is 8,000 feet. So 8,000 feet is set, which is cool. Right, so that's all set. Let's bring GSX again.
Hi guys, can we start boarding now?
Yes.
Thanks.
Let's get the passengers on and do the boarding as well with GSX. I request boarding. We're gonna board 30 people. That will do. Need to close the doors as well. These two to get rid of the catering. The catering should fold away. Excuse me. Working too much. Oh, you're flying Denpasar to Singapore. Oh, nice. The Singapore 943. I think I've done that one before, a long time ago. A long time ago. Sorry, I need a drink. Yeah. That's not a long flight, it just take a couple of hours. Not even a couple of hours, maybe an hour and a half. Yeah, Bali is a nice place indeed. It is. It's probably the most famous place in Indonesia for tourists, at least. Alright, where were we? Got the boarding on the way. Let's bring back this one and accelerate the timeline. Here we are, it's gonna do the pre-flight flow. In the meantime, we'll bring the briefing tab and get on with the briefing. So we're gonna go from the gate, obviously, as we are now. We're gonna keep the transponder on. We're gonna reduce the thrust. Flaps, I think, are calculated from 7 left. Flaps 5. The packs will be on. Anti-ice and ADDP is not required. Thrust reduction 1500. Acceleration is 3000 feet. We're gonna follow the SID, and the concerns are everything. Cool. So FS the crew knows what we're doing. As you can see on the altimeter there, shows 1100 feet, so it's a little bit elevated. It's basically not at sea level, you know. It's kind of sitting on a low level plateau, Phoenix. Oh, you spent 10 days there on your honeymoon. Oh, that's nice. Was it a long trip for you, or was it just next door? Without like getting into particulars, of course, but... Yeah, the beaches are kind of... I remember like one place where the beach was not... Yeah, that fantastic, but I guess you have to know, you know, as IAD Bound says, maybe you have to know some of the places. So, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you. You're very
I'm ready
kind.
for the checklist.
Oh, yeah, that's a long trip, man. Washington to Tokyo, then Tokyo to Bangkok, and then Bangkok to Denpasar. God, that's almost all around the world. That's what motivation does for you, huh? Nice. That's a hell of a trip. At least it's good to and then yeah, so then halfway around, then on the way back, then pass out to Bangkok, to Paris, and then to Washington. God, so all the way around. And Speedway 540, you flew Heathrow to Singapore and then to Denpasar. No as bad, but still, yeah, because London to Singapore is probably a good 12 hours or something, and then another hour and a half or so to get to Bali from Singapore. So yeah, it's all long flights to get there. But yeah, that's the price you have to pay. Not so much, you see what I mean? Not so much in terms of money, but more like in terms of time and pain to get there. Or you got to fly 777, 380, 747, 747, 380, and 787. God. So let's see, from Washington to Tokyo 777, then Tokyo to Bangkok 380. So that would have been with, was it Thai Airways? Flying 380 from Tokyo to Bangkok, and then Bangkok Bali 747 as well, and then on the way back Bali Bangkok 74, Bangkok Paris 380, yeah, Thai Airways as well, and then to Washington on the 78. So you get to sample all the long haul aircraft. Fantastic. Cool. Yeah, round the world trip. Since you went westbound first. Yeah, Japan, and then back from Bali, yeah, Europe. So yeah, what a trip. Oh God. I hope it was fun anyway. Cool. Where was I? No, very good question to ask yourself. Right, let's do the pre-flight checklist then, since we are briefed. I think she's finished with the setup. Pre-flight checklist.
Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen.
Tested 100%.
Tested 100%. Flight instruments.
Heading 242, altimeter 3002.
Heading 242. Altimeter 3002. Pre-flight checklist complete.
Oh yeah, it's London to Singapore is a little bit longer because of Belarus, which is not accessible anymore, and then Afghanistan as well, which you cannot overfly. So you have to go north all over Russia and then east before turning south. From the top of Mongolia, wow! Oh man, yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of a detour. It's not the most direct route, but yeah, when you have countries to avoid, then that's what happens, and then from there they'll try to find what is the most usable, but yeah, it's a bit of a detour indeed. But yeah, you don't want to fly over Belarus and you don't want to fly over Afghanistan, that's for sure. So I would keep like all these places like well clear, you know. I don't want to be controversial here, but see what I mean. Cool, so we got the pre-flight checklist done. Outside it's looking good. We can hear the passengers boarding. So we'll do the performance and get on the way. Yeah, just a bit, huh? So zero fuel weight is 223.1, I think. 223.1, yeah. So 223.1. 18.6 on the fuel, which is already set, I preset before coming online. We got a gross weight at the moment of 241.7, and we're gonna burn a bit of taxi fuel on the way out. So we'll have a takeoff rate of about 241 tons as planned. Then for the assumed temperature, it was, I calculated 66 degrees, yeah. So we'll enter 66 degrees here. Kind of fool the engines into thinking that it's warmer than what it actually is, that they produce a little bit less thrust. And then here we double check data is correct, so 1000 feet, 3000 and 1500. And for the flaps is 5. Hey, my PPL, how are you doing? I hope everything's okay. You had a good week. Friday night, time to chill out. Oh yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the route. Oh yeah, oula, oula la. It's a big detour. Trying to catch maybe a bit of a jet stream or something and then down. It's really, I guess, also obviously as we discussed, it's restricted by airspace, but also it probably kind of follows, you know, the best wind patterns on these long haul flights. Kind of try to get into as much wind as possible to shorten the flight, but that looks like a bit of a detour. So unless the wind was particularly favorable there, the hell of a detour. Because at the end of the day, like Afghanistan is not like such a big place, and Belarus is not a big place as well. So to do such a big detour, there are probably some sort of restrictions on the wind, or I don't know. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm good. It's just back from like a few days away, so I'm just chilling out, and you're gonna say, "Oh, why is he flying again?" But yeah, just to continue the NFL Tour 21. So today is already week 9. So I've kept to it so far. It's doing well. I hope you had a good week as well. The weather must be changing now. I hope you're still managing to do a little bit of flying, but in the winter, obviously, a little bit more cloud, maybe a bit of rain from time to time. Maybe not as easy to go out for a little flight. Right, so we have everything here, and the speeds should be 154. So once again, they are way off. 156 and 160. Like so. And 360, 250 below 11 will do. Because as I pointed out, we are at, well, 1100 feet of elevation, so we'll make the speed transition to 50 below 11,000. Roughly. Like so. And cool. 360 should be a good level, yeah. Anticipating 7.3 tons of fuel on arrival, that's good. So we got a V2 of 160, which we'll set in the speed window here. LNAV and VNAV, we got the runway track and 8,000 feet initially. That's good. Accept the load sheet, start the APU. And on the way back then, oh, but that's not in a straight line towards Dubai, so yeah, towards the Middle East, then Cairo, and over Europe to London. That's weird because there's not really a lot of favorable wind from Singapore to the Middle East. It's kind of, as you go towards the winter, it's kind of favoring in the opposite direction. That's weird. Anyway, enjoy your dinner. Thank you for popping in, and we'll see you soon. We'll see you next time. Have a good one, and congratulations again for the license to learn the PPL. Yeah, that's the thing. My PPL, you have to kind of use the nice days. There are like small windows to use to go flying indeed. Yeah. Not really sure. Seatbelt sign is on. Oh yeah, no, it was. I had not seen that. I'm like, it doesn't say seatbelts on, and it did. Now we got APU running, so I'll disconnect the primary external power and ground flight deck.
Go ahead.
Please disconnect the ground equipment.
Roger.
Cool. Let's accelerate the timeline.
Alright guys, everyone's seated. We're all buttoned up and ready to go in the back.
Thanks.
If you need anything, just let me know.
Smaller items under the seat in front of you to provide more room for larger
Ground
items
flight
in
deck.
overhead compartments.
Go ahead.
If you need assistance,
Can we
contact
pressurize
1
hydraulics?
If
Roger,
you are
you're
unable
cleared to
to
pressurize the
accommodate
hydraulics.
any item in the cabin, please bring it to the boarding door
Cool.
and we will
So
check it
everything
for you.
is clear and the
Also,
bridge
if
will
you
go
need
away.
the
Perfect.
instruction card in your seat pocket. If you are
Hey,
interested,
Microflight, how you doing?
also reach
Congratulations for the screenshot.
criteria.
The screenshot contest in October. Won by popular vote. That was a nice one, actually. Out of Moscow with the 7-4.
But you remember one thing.
Yes, yes, you should read the Discord server more often,
Flying a
my
cargo
friend.
plane full of rubber dog shit out of Hong Kong. Yes, sir.
And Skipper, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. We hope to see you from time to time here on this amazing channel. Right. No, that's not what I want to do. Really. Before start procedure. Before start procedure.
Are we clear to pressurize?
Yes.
Okay.
Right, so she's gonna pressurize the hydraulics up here, so all the primary pumps on and the demand pumps on the auto position. Yes. Took a little bit of time to get going there. The fuel pumps come on, the ones with fuel in the tanks, the beacon, and then a few other bits and pieces. And my only job is to set the trim, so we've got 5 units
I'm ready for the checklist.
of trim here, which I'll set here. 5 units, perfect. She's ready for the checklist. Let's do it. Before start checklist.
Before start checklist. Flight deck door. Closed and locked. MCP.
Set and checked.
Takeoff speeds.
Set and checked.
CDU pre-flight.
Completed.
Completed. Trim.
Set and checked.
Taxi and takeoff briefing.
Completed.
Before start checklist complete.
Let's have a look. Oh yeah! Delta. Fantastic. Delta 777 too. Cool. Excellent. Yeah, Roy, set and checked indeed. How are you doing? Welcome back. Today we're flying to San Francisco. So San Francisco, I'll explain a little bit. There's a little peculiarity about it, which can be tricky and kind of is a little bit unusual. So we'll talk about it as we get there. It's an interesting approach to fly, actually, and an amazing airport, actually, because they'll have traffic landing on the 28 left and 28 right pretty much in parallel, and then having also parallel takeoffs on 01 left and 01 right. It's amazing to watch, actually, because you go like if it's like two kind of smallish aircraft, they will take off almost in parallel, like 01 left and 01 right. It's like, wow. What is it's just amazing. It's just amazing to to watch. Yeah, we'll try to avoid the seawall in San Francisco. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we'll try to avoid that. Right, let's push and start. Then the first thing, actually, I need to do is check with. Oh yeah. So what we'll do. No, that's the wrong one. We're here with the EFB. We'll try to push here. Or maybe no, nose to the right. Yeah, nose to the right. And then come out here, Romeo, around Delta, all the way up to 0, or even Echo all the way to 07 left. That's what I will do. So sorry, microflight, I'll be in the way for a couple of minutes, and then I'll get cracking. Right, so prepare for pushback and departure. Oh. Yeah, you don't really see much of the seawall nowadays. It's all been fixed. Right, the bridge is going away. That's good.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
How does it look taxiway-wise? Oh, yeah, because if he pushes in this direction, it's not gonna be good. So we really need to go in the opposite direction. Ah, yeah, but then I'm gonna try to do a custom push. See if it works. I took some notes the other day for the cross the pond. I hope you recovered from the sorbomitis. It's a quick edit pushbacks. Let's see how it works. Wow. Okay. Point at the spot with the mouse. So we'll put it maybe here. Rotate. Yeah, let's do it like this. I hope it's gonna give me something reasonable. Like that. Okay, let's see. You want to start engines before pushback? No.
Departure check.
Let's see how it goes.
Bypass pin inserted. Release parking brakes.
See, I'm learning.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
I know. I have not talked to them. Ah, bugger. I didn't see they were on. Ah, man. 13255. Damn, I didn't see them. I also that LA was on. I'm gonna get Phoenix ground. Good afternoon, United 2057. Thanks for telling me.
57, Phoenix ground, go ahead.
Yeah, my apologies, I didn't see you were on. I'm just pushing back now from Bravo 25. Request clearance to San Francisco, please.
United 2057, clear to San Francisco Airport by the Keys 2 departure, harbor transition, then it's filed. Climb to SID, departure frequency is offline, squawk 0753.
Okay, clear to San Francisco on the Kings 2 harbor transition, and rest as filed. Climb via the SID, the departure frequency is offline, and 0753 on the squawk United 2057 heavy.
United 2057 heavy, read back correct, expect runway 7 left, and call back when ready for taxi.
Roger, we were planning on 7 left indeed. We'll go United 2057 heavy. Apologies, I didn't notice that you were on.
United 2057 heavy, all good.
So 0753 on the squawk. And as we briefed, the Kings 2 harbor transition, no issues there. Right. Start sequence is 1 then 2.
Check.
Start the right engine.
Starting right.
So the pushback looks like they are doing a good job. we'll bring
Oil
the
pressure.
fuel control switch to run.
Set parking brakes.
Oh, the engine is spinning, that's good. We'll set the parking brake.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
Yeah. Amazing pushback. Very good, GSX. From here went all the way around. Perfect. And the engine is turning. Good. Yeah, I like to do that. Start the right engine and it starts the left. Psh, which side is this? Left. Psh, which side is that? Right. Good. Right. Start the left engine.
Starting left.
Right, so the start switch up there is on start, and we'll bring the fuel control switch
Oil
to
pressure.
run.
Welcome on board our flight today. This is the lead flight attendant speaking. Please direct your attention
The
to
lead
cabin
flight
crew for
attendant
safety
speaking, she
information.
said.
There is an instruction card in your seat pocket that illustrates the safety equipment on this aircraft. Regulations require compliance with this information as well as all crew instructions, lighted
Let me
information
have a
signs,
look
and
at the
posted
actual
placards.
charts, because there might be a
Fasten your seatbelt by
difference.
inserting the metal tip into the buckle. Tighten by pulling
I know
on
it's
the belt.
Romeo,
To release your seatbelt,
Delta,
flap on the
Echo,
buckle.
yeah.
It is our policy that you keep your seatbelt
Cool.
fastened at all
So
times
we are on
while
Charlie
seated.
now.
Doors are clearly marked with exit
Yeah.
signs and instructions for door operation.
That's not too bad. We're here,
Each door is equipped
pointing
with
in this
escape
direction,
sign.
east. It's probably gonna bring us
Locate the
around
exit nearest you with the
Romeo
nearest
and
exit
Delta or
behind you.
Echo. Yeah, it's the same. Cool.
In an emergency, lights will illuminate the aisle. The
Right,
cabin
two
is
good engine
pressurized.
starts.
If there is a loss of cabin pressure, a panel will open and oxygen mask
Confirm
will
good
appear.
engine start indeed.
Remain seated with your
We got two
seatbelt
good
fastened
starts.
until
You
a
can
mask aboard you to start the
disconnect
flow of
all the
oxygen.
equipment and we'll see you on the
Oxygen
right
will
with the
be
pin.
flowing
Goodie
through the
bye
mask,
bye.
even though the bag may not inflate.
Flaps
Cover your
5.
nose and mouth with the
Flaps
mask.
5.
Place the elastic band around your head and
We'll
tighten by
check
pulling on
the
the end.
flight
Secure your own
controls.
mask before assisting others.
Up,
Your seat bottom cushion may be used
down,
as a flotation
Unlocking
device.
gear.
Pull up and remove the
left,
cushion. Upon exiting the aircraft,
right.
place your arms around the cushion and hold on to the straps located on the back. This is a non-smoking flight. Smoking is not permitted in the cabin or lavatories. Cabin lights will now be turned off. Reading light buttons are located above your seat. Thank you for your attention.
That's cool, huh? Nice livery as well, Delta. Right, so he's gonna walk away, show the pin as well at some point. Can't see him yet. Oh yeah. Oh, he's gonna get chopped.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
He got chopped by the tug. Goodbye, man. You see that? Just sexy side. Yeah, he got chopped by the tug there. Bam, boom, bam, boom. Mayday, mayday. And check the rudders. Cool. That's the joys of GSX. It's doing this kind of stuff. Oh man, I can't believe it. That's the one thing that is a little bit funky with GSX. It doesn't really take into account, you know, obstacles or like the engineer himself. It just like drives the vehicles like across like crazy. Anyway, we had accident live on CNN there before taxi checklist.
Before taxi checklist. Anti-ice. Auto. Recall.
Checked.
Checked. Flight controls.
Checked.
Ground equipment.
Clear.
Before taxi checklist complete.
Right, so now we've got ground. I need to think about him, otherwise he's gonna think, oh, man, you're being difficult there. So, concentration time. I've got my piece of paper. my pencil. Time to write down the clearance. Ground United 2057. Request taxi.
United 2057 Heavy, runway 7 left. Taxi via Charlie, Romeo, Echo.
Taxi via Charlie Romeo Echo to holding point runway 07 left, United 2057, and we have information Quebec. Clear left.
Clear right.
Let's go. So this is Charlie there. So you can see the taxiway sign there. On the left, you've got the dark, well, black background with the yellow letter. That's the taxiway location. So taxiway Charlie. And then in
full of rubber dog shit out of Hong Kong.
black letters with the yellow background, the directions. So you got taxiway Romeo there, both going left and going right. The black background and yellow letter, that's the location, and vice versa for the direction. That's the logic to things. Huh? Here we are. Coming out on Romeo. So today we are a little bit on the west coast, on the western part of the US. So far we've done a lot of flights on the kind of from Midwest to the east coast. Today we're kind of on the west coast, which is a little bit different. It's nice, I guess. A microflight you're pushing now? I think I heard on the frequency. I didn't pay too much attention, but right, so it's gonna be a long taxi. So at the end of the straight line there, it's gonna turn a little bit to the right. I will take the second right. Got to be careful not to continue straight ahead and enter the runway up here. The threshold of 25 right. So Delta here and then Echo. Oh, no worries, no worries. Anyway, the ground controller will do his job. It's nice to have a ground controller. He'll order the traffic. Oh yeah, yeah. Plenty of space. Right, so this one here is Delta going up the way. And then, as we said, Echo is at 2 o'clock there. And still to be careful not to go to Echo 13 onto runway 25 right. Right, so this is Echo. Now all the way down to the holding point for 7 left. We didn't get the cabin secure yet. The one thing I need to do is arm the doors, like so. So now we've got the memo message, doors auto, which basically means that the doors are armed, so if there's an evacuation, as soon as you open the doors, then the slides deploy and inflate automatically. Hey, Looping, how are you doing? Welcome back, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to week 9 of the NFL tour from Phoenix, Arizona to San Francisco. On a 77 whiskey on the 777-300ER. Not very typical of the route, but hey. we like to be original, you know. As I said many times before, it's a versatile aircraft, so you can do pretty much anything with this aircraft. Oh, you've done several Heathrow to Amsterdam in the 777 whiskey, yeah, of course. It's nice.
Phoenix ground.
Probably flight level 190, just across, up and down, easy peasy. It flies so well, I mean, and you've got good navigation, you know, with the FMC and everything, so it works really well. Hey X3, good evening. Watching while having dinner. Bon appétit. Yeah, it's 7, yeah, 7 and a bit PM. Right, so all the way down there, we only probably not even halfway down the runway there, or down the taxiway, I should say, because if we were on the runway, it's not good. Halfway down the taxiway, all the way down, we have to go still. Still didn't get the ding dong with the cabin ready message. Come on, Gertrude, get ready. God. KSFO is slow. Right, we'll add a bit of thrust so that... here she is, cabin ready. See, when you talk of the devil. So we'll switch on the weather radar on the navigation display here. And now we can do the before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff checklist complete.
Checklist complete. What have I done to the... God, what have I done to the font? Oh yeah, that's much better now.
United 2057, Monty Unicom. Have a good flight.
Monitor Unicom, United 2057, thanks for the service, bye. The most frustrating thing on VATSIM that I find, you know. That's the most frustrating thing.
Delta 126 Heavy, runway 7 left, taxi via Romeo Echo.
You could easily say like clear for takeoff anyway. I'm not gonna start the, the round again. Yeah, Young 737 pilot, good evening. Yeah, that's the standard reply. I don't want to be difficult, but there you go. Right, is this... No, that's not full length coming up. So we'll take the second left. Ready for departure, there's no traffic. And we'll go to Unicom indeed. Phoenix traffic United 2057. Lining up, rolling runway 07 left. Echo 3, the last taxiway. Runway entry procedure.
Check.
Clear on the right, on the left as well. The runway 07 left, full length.
Approaching 07 left.
That is confirmed. Are you ready? Let's go! Let's go, let's go!
On runway 07 left.
Alright, ready, steady, go! We'll bring the thrust about 55%. Hit toga. Takeoff.
Check.
Thrust ref.
Check. Thrust set.
Check.
$80 knots.
Hold.
Check.
V1.
Rotate.
Oh, nice view there. Woo! Good microflight. Taxiing along.
Are you sure? Taxi light on. Positive climb.
Gear up.
400 feet.
Thrust ref.
Check.
VNAV speed.
Check.
LNAV.
Check.
Set flight level 360.
Climb.
Right, so we'll fly it manually a little bit on the departure.
Flight. Level 360. Set.
Muchas gracias, amiga. And what we'll do is we'll get rid of the speed restriction by pressing the button. Here we are, beautiful. Alright, let's accelerate. So we'll lower the nose, let the speed build up, trim for the speed. Flaps 1.
Speed check. Flaps 1.
Flaps up.
Speed check. Flaps up.
After takeoff, checklist.
After takeoff checklist. After takeoff checklist complete.
Checkity check. Nice. Yeah, it's the. I think it's the kind of software that runs the FMC is not advanced enough to take speed restriction on its own. For example, the 737, the software is a little bit more advanced, but on the 777, for some reason, it doesn't want to do it. So, yeah, it's a software issue. You would think that in this day and age they would fix it, but yeah. It's weird because, like, coming from the 737 that I used to fly when I started the 777 all these years ago, I was like, how come we can't put like a speed on its own? And say no, it's just the if you want to insert a speed restriction, then you have to insert an altitude. So to set an altitude, you have to kind of look what's around the area you're flying, if there's a restriction before or after, and kind of
10,000 feet.
you know, put like an altitude in accordance with what's around the waypoint. But right, and is there 215? Oh yeah, 250 below 11. I was wondering why it was not accelerating at 10,000. Here it is. The same thing, we'll lower the nose and trim for the speed and accelerate. Yeah, nav, like always, is a little bit funky, but that's the job, it's okay. And then we'll get ourselves pumped up with the music. It almost wants to level off to if you let go of it, because I'm already trimmed for the speed, I'll try to bring the nose down to pick up the speed as soon as possible because of the trim, and then it will climb. But initially it would like level off, or even probably like dive a little bit to pick up the speed. Interesting. Right, that will do. Autopilot. Have a look around. Yeah, Phoenix, Arizona. The airport is back here. I can't see you, microflight. It's not showing in the sim. Glendale, Arizona, somewhere in the area, I think, where the Cardinals have their stadium. Hey, Carbon Bell, how are you doing in Nova Scotia? Camino, good evening, welcome back. Yeah, it's a nice flight today, nice destination. I like San Francisco. Nice little ridge there. South of Phoenix. Yeah, Phoenix is a desert, it's... in the summer it must be quite difficult. Yeah, that's the 300ER, so it's the latest model. The only thing is, because I don't have the 200ER, then I still have the lunchbox here. No EFB, but the EFB is of no much use, because the only thing that is of interest is the performance calculator, but that one is is not good. So what to do, huh? Seatbelt sign auto.
Seatbelt signs auto.
Seatbelt sign auto. Right, and we are approaching the transition altitude, 18,000 in the States, so we can reset the altimeters to standard. Standard here and here. Standard set 3 times. Passing 360, climbing, sorry, 176, climbing travel 360. Oh yeah, the 200 LR is way overpowered, it's like a rocket. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the 200 LR is really for long flights, kind of reduced capacity and long flights. If you do a short flight with the 200 LR, it's really overpowered. Yeah, Carbon Bell, you on the 777 you trim for speed, so as you accelerate, then you have to trim for the speed you are accelerating to, so that you don't have to, if you fly manually, you don't have to push on the control column like too hard. So you relieve the pressure on the control column by trimming for the speed you're, as I said, you're accelerating to, so that the pressure on the column is better. And the simulator here, you can't really feel the pressure on the joystick here, so what they've done is that you may have seen on the display there was a FBW in blue, and it was kind of moving up on the speed tape, and that shows you where the trim is basically, because as I said, you don't get like any force feedback on the joystick. So to help you kind of feel and visualize where the trim is, then they put that little FBW, which is not something in the aircraft. In the aircraft, you would just feel, you know, whether the aircraft is in trim or not, you know, just by the amount of pressure you have to put in. That's exactly correct, yeah, Camino. Yeah. You've got the FBW on the speed tape there, but that's not like a real thing. It's a simulator thing. As I said, it's just to show you where the trim is. Yeah. Now it's a little bit browner, but yeah, it's maybe a little bit too green, indeed. As said, we're leaving Phoenix behind. That's the airport there on this little patch. And now is the time for music. Fantastic. We like the music.
And we hope you enjoy the rest of your flight.
Hey, thank you for the follow, Gotanache. Thank you very much. I hope to see you from time to time. I like that music. You must have gathered it by now. Yeah, Camino, it's the PMDG setting. Will be somewhere under settings if you dig into the options. No, not this section. The PMDG setup options, maybe simulation, and yeah, here it's on the first page. Show FBW trim reference speed, yes or no, so I've got the yes enabled. I think for the simulation is there's no way around it, because unless you have like a fancy joystick that gives you you know, force feedback, but otherwise if you've got like a normal joystick or something like that, you won't feel the pressure, so how do you know where the trim is? Yeah, Microflight, there seems to be a bit of an issue, because the other day for Cross the Pond, the guy was asking me about the aircraft type, and as far as I know, when I log on VATSIM with vPilot, I do put, you know, Boeing 787 Whiskey, but the type never seems to be coming through on VATSIM for some reason, so you can call me a Cessna 152, it's the same to me. Maybe a little bit fast for Cessna 152, huh? Flying at decimal 84. The Cessna 152 will be on fire at Mach decimal 84. The wings will be glowing in the distance. Is that like Oh, Mario, we don't say UFO anymore. We said unexplained aerial phenomena is a UAP or something like that. There's no UFO anymore. It's a UAP. Yeah, that guy who was some sort of like secret services or something like that before, with that little goatee. We said, yeah, I think kind of. I can't really speak too much, but I think there is something. Right, so here we are on our way to Coles and then to Herbert. So we're gonna come out of the transition now and get onto the route system. Cool. Yeah, cushion prop wash from Cessna 152 Heavy, doing Mach Decimal 84. After good, you have to leave a good space behind. 10 miles minimum. Otherwise, you'll be like flipped upside down by the wake, indeed. God. You're welcome, Camino. Welcome. That's no bother at all. No, that's version 4.5 Ultima. Version 4.5, this one. Pretty much does the same thing. I don't see too much difference. It's maybe personal opinion. I'm maybe in cuckoo land, but but that's okay. There's a flyer there. Ah, come on. Am I going to squash it? Squash the flyer. Ah, I think I got it. Oh yeah, I got the fucker. Gonna have to go and wash my hands. I'll be back. Oh, LAX is calling. Calling LAX. Frequency is 13555. Oh, it was easy, just from 132 to 135. Los Angeles Center, good afternoon. United 2057 Heavy, climbing 50360.
2057 Heavy, Squawk 7266, good afternoon.
Squawk 7266, United 2057. 7266. Coming up. So 7.
Los Angeles Center, Delta 126.
72.
391, climbing 400.
7266. Speed Vina path.
At 126 Squawk 7272.
7272, coming up. Delta 126.
Los Angeles Center, Southwest at 465, out of 2,500, climbing on the summit 2.
21 miles east of waypoint Fred, flight level 360.
Roger, United 2057. Where's Fred? I don't see Fred.
Los Angeles Center, Southwest 465 is out of 3,000, climbing on the summit 2 departure.
The very appropriate waypoint.
Radar contact 3000, climb and maintain flight level 360, cleared Rick Stowe.
Hey, 777 Bob, how are you doing?
Flight level 360, Southwest 465.
From United 2057, I just need 30 seconds away. I need to go and do something quickly.
Okay, no problem.
Thanks.
26 Heavy, radar contact 30 miles west of...
I'll be back. I'm gonna wash my hands because I squashed the fucker, the little flyer that was around. I'll be back in 30 seconds. I need to get rid of across the pond there. It's over.
LA Center, AirCal 324 on the ground, and John Wayne still waiting on clearance. Information, Charlie. AirCal 324, request push and start on it.
I'm back.
Takeoff 24 pushing Alpha, Bruce face east.
Yeah, squash the little fly where it's not an actual fly, it's like,
Face north.
you know, these mini little flyers thing. And not gonna stay with the squash on my hands, so had to go and wash my hands quickly. United 2057 is back.
Thank you.
Okay, Bob, he's made sceneries for years. Oh, cool. Is it, what's his name? Something Smith. Is that him?
You can be my wingman anytime. Bullshit. You can be mine.
Delta 1301, contact tower 120.
Half of the Sunsky Jet team that made Philadelphia and is working now on Detroit. Oh, cool.
95. Thanks, have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend. Search. Let me take a note of that. Shea Ryer.
Good afternoon, Delta 101 with you.
Ansari. Oh yeah, I'll have a look, definitely.
Delta 101, hello, climb maintain.
You know that I like sceneries. Cool. So yeah, as expected, I showed you at the beginning a little bit of a headwind now, but it's not too bad.
Number 2 Romeo, fly runway, number 21, cleared for takeoff, winds are calm.
It's a shame, I should have gone to LAX today, because we got the center, and then we've got the tower as well. That would have been nice. Well, the NFL tour now is a better time because it's afternoon time in the US, so there'll be a little bit more controllers than if I come online kind of European afternoon. In the US it's a little bit early, so. Oh, thank you, Bob, for the link in the Discord. Thank you very much. Yeah, today week 9 already, so. Oh wow, it's very shiny. Wow. It's a very shiny wing. See some speed brakes. Ah! Don't really need to pull the speed brakes in the cruise. Kindly for the flight time is just under an hour and a half, so it's not very long. No time to get bored, just get some peanuts, a pina colada, and then it's time to descend again. Maybe a sandwich, if you behave. If you're a disruptive passenger, then I'll handcuff you. Oh, there's a little airport down there as well. That's fine, we didn't trouble the autopilot too much by pulling the speed brakes early on. That's okay, it's still going good. Oh, I didn't see that. There was a kid who punched the flight attendant, yeah? God. Those people, huh?
Aircraft 324, ready taxi.
To be fair, and to be honest, if there's a disruptive passenger, then we kind of delegate the task to the cabin crew. I don't want to sound like I'm a scaredy cat and I'm kind of hiding in the flight deck, but our job is to fly the aircraft.
Gentlemen, I'd like you to meet your captain.
If somebody has to fight, it's the cabin crew.
Gentlemen, welcome aboard.
And you can resume on
Captain,
navigation.
you're
Hey, Jeff 15, thank you very much for the follow.
Hungry? Over. Over.
Welcome
Done.
to the stream, we hope to see you from time to time.
Taxi Alpha Lima cross, number 20 left.
Otherwise, I'll uncuff you as well.
Yeah, altimeter 2999, Alpha Lima to cross.
On American Airlines last week,
Right for Aircal 324.
he became aggressive. Yeah, some people have a chip on their shoulder and they get like, they snap very easily. God, what kind of world are we living on, huh? You're being told something. Oh, I'm not happy. Oh, pff. Jeez, chill out, man. Duct tape them to the seat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Some people, there's no respect. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I mean, American Airlines must be relatively expensive as well to fly. So I'm not sure. I mean, I'm just guessing. And you think that normally maybe people who have more money are like more educated, but no way. It's there's no more like relation like money and education. No, no, no. People with money are like as bad, if not worse, than people with no money. So there you go. Remember that over the last couple of years with this whole situation that's been hitting us, that the rich got richer and the poor got poorer. So there you go. Yeah, we're all the same now. Exactly.
Cal 324, the wind is now variable at 4 on the 20 right cliff takeoff. 20 right cliff takeoff, Cal 324.
And we've got Volanta running as well.
LA Center Southwest 1399 with you 32.
Oh, San Francisco departure. Come on, give us the approach.
7261
San Francisco as well. Is he doing NorCal departure, controlling top down Oakland and departures for OAK and SFO? I will see what this guy does. And tower is on, so good. Today we're getting a little bit of ATC. Fantastic. We'll see how it goes later on. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you very much, Bob. What about you? Hope you had a good week. Getting ready for the weekend. Today is yeah, Friday. So Friday time to play. Oh, 21. That's a good question actually. About declaring a mayday for an engine failure on the 747. For 4 engine aircraft, one engine failure is a little bit less of a problem than for like a 2 engine aircraft, as you can imagine. So for 4 engine aircraft, it's not like a big deal, unless of course there's like damage associated with the engine failure, and maybe the wing has been a little bit damaged, or one of the hydraulic systems has been damaged or something. But if it's just an engine failure, if everything else is fine, on a 4 engine aircraft it's not so much of a problem. You may just have to descend maybe by a couple of 1,000 feet, depending how heavy the aircraft is, but it's not a big deal. And a lot of airlines would actually continue on 3 engines for quite some time, whereas on a 2 engine aircraft, then if you have an engine failure, then it is a big deal, because you only have 1 engine left compared to 3. So yeah.
324, radar contact 1,800.
So mayday, probably not a mayday, maybe just a pan, you know, just declare a pan, you know, an urgency kind of ATC node that you probably can't maintain the level. I think you would have to descend a tiny bit, not too much, but I think you would have to descend a little bit. Yeah, you would keep ATC in the loop, but I wouldn't call a mayday on a 747 for an engine failure, probably. So yeah.
Thank you.
Done with the dinner. How was the dinner? Yummy, yummy.
Number 2, Romeo, the current 86.
Enjoying some dessert.
Cool.
Oh, the flight is going well.
I'll go get you and expect 25 left.
It's doing really well. We've got LA Center, so it's nice to get some ATC. And it looks like there's some ATC in San Francisco as well, so at least we've got a little something.
Cal 324, turn right.
Macro flight, let's see, British Airways 268. Oh yeah, the innermost Left engine burst into flames. God, that sounds extreme.
Los Angeles Center.
So the flight continued on 3 engines across the US, Canada, and the Atlantic.
Contact SoCal approach 119.6.
And then ended up in Manchester because they didn't have enough fuel in Heathrow. Yeah, for a lot of airlines, depends on their procedure and what they've decided, but a lot of airlines would have as their policy, as their standard procedure for a 4-engine aircraft to continue, you know, as far as you can, because with 3 engines, as I said, you fly pretty much normal. Once again, maybe you descend a tiny bit. Instead of flying, I don't know, at 37, maybe you fly at 31, 32 or something like that. But you can continue pretty much, you know, normal, so...
2505, hello again, radar
Hey, FSX Simmer, hello, hello.
Climb and maintain flight level 240.
Maintain flight level 240.
Hello to the girlfriend.
2505, when able,
how are you doing?
Golf Mike Romeo.
How many flight hours? That's a good question. Probably nowadays over 11,000 hours, something like that. I've not counted for a while actually. I need to put my logbook up to date, but yeah, quite a few hours, yeah.
That's great.
And the Boogled,
Number 2 Romeo, pilot's discussion.
I'll send you the standard reply.
Number 2 Romeo, vectors ILS from a 25 left approach.
Roger.
I don't mean to be difficult, but yeah, location and company I kind of keep on the wide side. No, I mean it's not a guarantee of success to have all these hours. It's just,
1085 hotel.
you know, the time comes up
Alright, ready to
kind of on its own, and then it's becomes a job, and you don't really count the hours anymore. It's just.
At 3. Visibility is 10. Skies are clear. Altimeter 3002. Advisor.
That's why you should listen to him and not me. No, no, I'm. I say it's just time that helps you get all these hours. It's just a matter of time. It's not like expertise, it's not knowledge, it's just time. As years go by, then the flying hours accumulate.
Number 234, radar contact 2300, turn left heading 180, climb maintain 13,000.
How many of the hours are PIC? Probably about half. Yeah, probably about half. Maybe a little bit less than half of the time as PIC, because obviously you need to work your way as a first officer. You need to work your way up as a first officer first. So, so yeah, must be a little bit less than half of the time as PIC.
Hello, Delta 548 Heavy passing 1,800 for 5,000.
Yeah.
548 Heavy, hello, and you can
kind of makes me feel old. No, but I said like, then it's a job, and as I said, it's a matter of like time passing by and accumulating the hours. It's no it's no guarantee of expertise.
2239, flight level 290, we're approaching Mickey.
Yeah, FSX Simmer, I was back from maybe, was it 3-4 day trip? Actually went to the other side of the world for me almost. Time difference wise as well, it's a little bit of a shock to the system when you're basically at the back of the clock. When morning is evening and evening is morning, is like.
4410 Heavy, you do go full length.
Fortunately, it was like hops, so we didn't stay in that place for too long. Yeah, when
Right,
you get
one right at Bravo, taxi via Bravo.
almost
Yeah,
back
Charlie
to
3 Bravo.
back like time
Taxi via
difference is
Bravo,
tough.
via Charlie 3
Really
Bravo,
tough.
American 4410.
Because as I said, like morning is evening, evening is morning, so
2239,
you don't know where you are. I think in these situations you just have to stay either on home base time or otherwise just sleep when you're tired. You know? That's actually what I did. I kind of slept when I was tired. So slept, ate, slept, ate. That's all I did. Plus we were like in a place where it's locked down, so you can't really go out to do anything, so you just eat and sleep. Not very healthy, actually.
Okay, orbital advisory, see it. Number 2 Romeo, descend and maintain 3,500.
Must be a nice part of the world there. Kind of the moment. Yeah, it's California, or yeah, it's the back of. Yeah, this is the back of LA actually.
November 2 Romeo, 5 miles from Honda, maintain 3,500.
I think LA is here. According to Volanta. Here we are. Got Cali Mesa, Fontana, Riverside, Corona, oh god, Ontario, yeah, and then Los Angeles, Long Beach. Yeah, so that's the back of LA here.
Okay, Cal 324, climb maintain flight 230. After Meissen, descend the round is 1 arrival, landing runway 1 left.
Oh yeah, that's Chez, you were saying, Bob? You can see on Volanta his information, Chez, I'm sorry. Cool. Very nice. For now monkeys, yeah.
Number 234, cleared recognition bay.
I don't know if we'll ever get out of this thing. I mean, I don't want to start like going on about it because I'm sure you hear enough about it on the news, in the papers and stuff for me to come here and talk about it, but I'm not sure we'll ever get out of this situation. I think it's gonna keep going round in circles, and
Hollywood 1 arrival, it is 24.
just gonna have to live with it, I guess. Right, so what if we had a look a little bit at what's ahead and what to expect? Now we don't have to rush at the end. Get ready. We should have 2 8 left.
Have a good one, Romeo.
So we'll plan for 2-8 left in San Francisco. So we'll check the recall, check the notes.
548 heavy, there. Traffic is a 7...
Did he call me? Yeah.
Traffic is a BizJet just off to your left there at about 7 miles, 11 o'clock climb, just maintaining 13,000.
Roger.
Oh, look out for traffic, Delta 548 heavy.
That was not for me. Roger.
Yeah, that's the Delta 548 heavy. The other aircraft was moving for you.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Number 234, say, what's your aircraft type?
Right, so,
234 is
check departure arrival. We're still looking at Phoenix, so we need to go back to the index and get to San Francisco. We're gonna pick up 2-8 left. It's the Surfer 4.
That was 465, leave my space radar.
And transition is Eddie, I think.
465 switching for long, thanks very much.
And execute.
At 2239, vectors ILS runway 7 approach.
Then let's have a look on the charts for San Francisco. That's Phoenix still, San Francisco. Stars. And it's the Surfer 4. Here we are. The Surfer 4, we start at Surfer. Easy peasy. Then you've got Nerly at 280 knots and above flight level 200. So that's why we have in the FMC as well. Nerly, flight level 200 or above and 280 knots. Then we go to the waves. It's a Surfer theme, so got Surfer, Nerly, I'm not really sure, but waves, 280 knots and 15,000 and 190 below, that's correct. then to Epic, still with the same speed, 15,000 and 10,000.
105.
Bracket, that's good. And then to Follett, 240, 8,000 feet.
227 low, maintain 10,000.
And then to Eddie at 240 and 6,000 feet. Exactly. So
Hey, Los
240,
Angeles Center,
6,000. Whoa, you're loud, my friend.
Currently flight level 275, climbing 340.
Okay. So that's, yeah, San Francisco, Arnav Star. Airport elevation is pretty much sea level, is very low. Arnav 1, expect to receive descent via clearance from Auckland Center.
Coming in from the east, confirmed, Air Canada 687.
NorCal with assigned runway heading. That's it.
Control, could you read back that transponder code one more time, please?
One more time. And then for
Air Canada 687, 7276.
we're gonna do the ILS.
1, leave my airspace, Albuquerque is offline, radar services terminated, free check, please. Have a good flight.
Is that for me?
Going to Unicom 127.
From Eddie, you know, Eddie here, we're gonna head towards Sidby. We got Sidby, 4,000 feet.
Air Canada 687, your radar
actually
contact,
reduce the speed at Sidby there, we'll make it
Air Canada 687, climb and maintain 340.
because we need to slow down a little bit.
United 257, confirmed destinations Avalon. United 257, confirmed destinations Avalon.
57. Oh, that's not me. No. 2057. So Sidby, yeah, and after Sidby we go to Heman. Heman 3100, and then Duyet, Nipik, not Nipik is not in, but just from Duyet directly to the runway there. Okay. Nipik is maybe it's for the localizer. Anyway, the Jeppesen briefing strip on the 777 is of no much use because the frequency is automatically tuned, so we don't have to worry so much about that. If you want to double check that it's in there, on the nav radio it's on standby there, 109.55, so no issues there. Final approach course here 284, but you can see it on the schematic here as well, 284. And minima will round it up to 220. On the barrow we'll make it 220. Like this. Airport elevation, as I said, 13,000. Sitting pretty much at sea level over the bay, with the seawall that just comes out towards the bay.
Radar contact followed with 350.
So there's two important points here.
Down currently
if you look here
okay, descend via the
at the threshold, it shows DME 1.9, so the DME doesn't read 0. When you cross the threshold on landing, it reads 1.9, so when you are further out and you've got, like, for example 10 DME, actually you're only 8 miles from the runway, so that's already something to think about. And the second thing to think about as well is here is the glide slope is 2.85 degrees, so it's quite shallow. The standard glide slope, as you know, is 3 degrees. So basically what happens with like a shallow glide slope like that.
Yeah, LA Center 1399 back with you.
I was looking for distances and altitude, but it's not there. Is that normally, you know, we use that that rule of like 3 by 1, so when you're at like at 10 miles you should be at 3,000 feet. But in this case, because it's only the glide slope is only 2.85 degrees, then at 10 miles you should be at 2850 feet. So you run the risk of being high on that approach, which might happen to me, and might have to kind of you know, fight to descend and get on the glide slope at the end. So that's something to bear in mind. So it doesn't look as bad indeed as Innsbruck because there's no like mountains and stuff around, but it's a tricky approach actually, and you've got to pay attention basically.
So 1725, load,
So there you go, that's the charts all sorted out. And then on the ground, actually I think the airport layout has been a little bit updated in real, so we'll see what it gives us. I'm expecting to park here, and I think they renumbered the gates in real because those gates were something else
they want to cancel
before.
out on the ground.
In the scenery I have them as 86, 84.
Yep, you can
Here now they are Fox 11, 13, 15, 22.
VFR traffic currently in final for runway 22.
So we'll see how that goes
change
for
to
the
advisory
ground stuff.
frequency and advise cancellation IFR.
Then we'll work out the VRF. So we're gonna land with 6.4, and our initial weight or zero fuel weight was 223, so 6.4, that's gonna be 229.5. So we'll enter 229.5 and set the VRF 30, like so. And we'll go for auto brakes 3. Set this one. The weather is 3009 on the altimeter setting.
375, expect the RNAV Zulu RNP runway 24 right approach.
And preset that as well, 3009, like that.
The RNAV
here as well. 009. Cool. Any questions?
Los Angeles Center.
Let's bring the
American 4856 with you at
briefing tab.
2,600.
So it's probably gonna be the Star ILS Cat 1 up to or down to 280 feet. Or 220 actually.
Radar contact 2,900, climb maintain flight 330.
220.
Climb maintain flight level 330, American.
Flap 30, dry auto brake 3, APU yes, transponder, gate, and all of that. Descent checklist.
Stand by.
Stand by.
Descent checklist. Recall. Checked. Notes.
Checked.
Auto brake level 3. Landing data.
Set and checked.
VREF 143. Minimums 220 feet. Approach briefing.
Completed.
Descent checklist complete.
Altitude is 7,
very good.
Yeah, sorry,
Let's get some dinner.
7,900, climbing 11,000.
4410 heavy radar contact 8,300, climb maintain flight level.
What shall we have? Caviar today? Oh, maybe caviar.
Hello, American 4410 heavy.
Some dinner, please.
You bet. I'll be up in just a minute.
Yeah, we left KLAX behind.
So 1725, wind 0504 and 1 right.
Virtual Los Angeles. The other day was an epic flight from LA to JFK. 4 hours and a bit. Coast to coast, west to east. Amazing. Oh, it didn't come through, no?
Hey guys, I've got your crew meals here and a few drinks too. Which one of you guys ordered the caviar?
I did.
Number 234, contact 7
Thanks.
119.6.
Sure, anytime.
Sure, anytime. I did order the
Say again for number 234, my apologies.
Number 234, contact SoCal, approach 119.6.
It should come through. I'm not really sure why it didn't.
Over to SoCal
The
approach,
traffic.
number 234, 190.6. We'll see you, thank you.
At 2239, reduce speed to 210 or less and descend and maintain 3,500.
I'm reducing 210 down to 3,500.
I'm quite keen on the Saint-Emilion. Yeah, eating like kings. Yeah, the Centimillion is nice. Very nice indeed. Centimillion. Very often the crew I kind of joke around, but sometimes depends what nationality, or some like take it a little bit more seriously. I said to them like, they say, oh, would you like something to drink?
I'll take you through the
Yeah, Centimillion, please. Centimillion is like red wine, Bordeaux kind of red wine. They say, yeah, Centimillion, look at me.
92239
I'm only kidding.
1,900.
But initially kind of shocks a few of the flight attendants when they say, oh, we'd like something to drink. Say, Centimillion, please. What? Wow, 40 departures on VATSIM in Frankfurt. I'm flying to the wrong place. Mind you, this is good anyway. But it's a very busy night.
Los Angeles Center.
They've got a Friday night evening, I think, in Frankfurt. I think it's a weekly thing going on. So that's why we'll be. Hey, yeah, gaming. How are you doing?
All the way for level 310.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Let's get some music before we leave his airspace. Come on, let's get pumped up. Let's get pumped up. Let's put some music on.
Crossing C here for 14, blue and 3.
Arrival, currently 25 left. The altimeter is 2999.
Air Canada 687, descend via the Hollywood 1 arrival. Expect runway 25 left, altimeter 2999.
Oh, that's the Hollywood 1 arrival. Hey. Oh, flying over your house on approach, Bad Boy Rock. Cool.
Delta 126 heavy.
It's a lovely area. I like the San Francisco area, I have to say.
Change to squawk 725.
It's really nice.
7252, Delta 126 heavy.
92239, descend maintain 1,700.
1,700, United 2239.
So from Southern California to Northern California.
LA Center, AirCal 324 request.
Still in his airspace, still in Los Angeles area.
Yeah,
not
I'd
for
like
too
to
long, according to Volanta, but still a little bit.
Left vibrations are high on the number 1 engine.
Oh yeah, he's got vibrations in the engine.
Approach into McCarran, or into Reed.
Oh yeah.
324 Roger. How's that going to proceed? You're going to go direct visual?
Negative. I'd like to follow the arrival, but I'll have to do a special engine out procedure if I have to do a miss.
Cal 324, okay, no problem. Would you like...
Oh, right next to KSQL. Oh, KSQL I wouldn't really know, but...
fine, and we can connect it with the arrival number
on the approach, is it...
Cal 324, Roger, continue to send around
you've got Santa Clara, San Jose... but that's kind of south of the bay, of course.
Center 1399, you know I'm set up for an ILS approach 24 right. Is that
the 49ers are in Santa Clara, I think.
39, turn right, heading 060, join the runway 7 low plaza.
060, join the localizer, 2239.
Yeah, it's Santa Clara, the 49ers.
Sorry, who was that? Who else was calling?
Santa
Yeah,
Clara.
1399. You know what? I'm set up ILS 24 right. Is that okay?
It used to be at Candlestick, but not anymore.
Sound
It's
down.
been a while.
Let's go.
Oh, Redwood City, yep.
You are
Oh, cool.
cleared for the full ILS runway 24 right approach.
Thank you much, 1399.
Yeah, I like the whole like
239,
Bay Area. It's really nice.
1,700 till
It's really
on the
cool.
low climb, so cleared ILS runway 7 approach.
Cleared ILS 7 approach.
Yeah, the one in Santa Clara, I'm not convinced indeed. Levi Stadium, yeah. Candlestick had a bit of a legend about it. Plus, obviously, it was a little bit... it was closer to San Francisco as well. The sun is horrible. The one thing is that it gets in San Francisco with the influence of the ocean, it gets very often quite misty and foggy, and then you've got that low cloud lying around for quite some time. Then at some point it clears up, but it tends to linger a little bit with the influence of the ocean, I guess. That's my understanding of it. Anybody got enough points for system failure? Oh, 85% of the stadium is in the sun at all times. Ah, yeah. Yeah, that's not great. In the winter, maybe it's nice if it's a bit of a chilly day to get a bit of sun. But when it's hot, then it's not good to be sitting in the sun. Plus, you have the sun in your face. You'll have to maybe wear a hat and have the sunglasses to be able to see the action. Yeah, wow. Yeah, no, I have to say I really like it over there. It's really nice. San Francisco. I can't really say I know the area because far from it, but I like it. Yeah, San Francisco itself and maybe the rest of the bay as well would be nice. Maybe on the other side in Oakland it's maybe a little bit, but Oakland is, from what I understand, is really like improving. So even Oakland is becoming expensive, and so you have to go beyond Oakland, go maybe like further inland to find like cheaper places. Yeah.
1725 radar contact. I didn't actually. I was just waiting for you to call me. Climb maintain flight over 330.
Apologies. It was point of 230.
8375. Cross.
So we'll see if that departure guide does the arrival as well in San Francisco or not. We'll see. Let him do his thing. Yeah, so today we are taking
8375.
the Arizona Cardinals to the San Francisco 49ers. So the Cardinals lost their first game last week, and the 49ers are a little bit struggling. So I think they won last week. Last week it was, can't remember where it was against, but I think they won. I've got that vague recollection. So we'll see.
Center, American 1368 with you.
American 1368, squawk 7307.
And then you're in between there, where there's probably not much in this area.
7307.
It looks relatively empty.
7307, American 1368.
Okay, United 2239, we are clear runway 7 on Alpha.
2239, roger, Alpha.
Cool, time for a long.
Alpha departure, United 2239, good job.
Version 22, good day.
However, my glass is empty now. I cannot hydrate anymore.
290 for 320 Hollywood 1 arrival.
Hollywood 1?
Version 22, prepare from how to station of me.
Let's see if we can find this one.
Say it again, sorry.
In the charts here.
7303.
KPHX.
7303, version 22.
I'm puzzled.
2505, Oakland Center's offline. Radar services terminated. Please check. You have a good day.
302, change of brief, correct, 2505, yep.
Oh yeah, here it is.
Version 2 heavy radar contact.
Hollywood 1 rival. Very nice.
American 1368, radar contact.
From Eastwood or Gable or Fender, then we go towards Hollywood. Very, very nice.
Los Angeles Center, United Flight 3212, flight level 350.
American 1368, we can change the other star. What's your name?
Yeah, I didn't know that Hollywood arrival. That's nice. Right, so we're getting to a VOR called Avenal, I think, and then we go towards Makers, and then I think it's Surfer already.
Yeah, Virgin 22 Heavy.
So yeah, it's not a long flight. 129, I think the flight plan. 1 hour and a half.
All right, you are cleared as filed up to Las Vegas.
Microflight, where are you now?
Hackman Angel 4 arrival. Runway 25 left.
Hackman,
Let's see if I can spot you on...
For Hackman Angel 4 arrival, 25 left, version 22 heavy.
I can't spot
Los
you
Angeles Center, United 3212,
Atlanta.
flight level 350.
I don't know.
3212 Heavy, squawk 7300.
Cool. Next week will be... What did I plan for next week? Next week it should be... Week 10... Find it.
Southwest 1667.
Atlanta to Dallas. So it'll be the Falcons to the Cowboys.
7250.
Yeah.
7250.
That's the plan for next week.
Version 22 heavy, I'm trying to find the Hackman Angel 4 arrival in my FMC.
Ha! He's trying to find the arrival in the FMC. Help is on the way. Help is on the way. He's gonna find his arrival in the FMC. Help is on the way. Just like take a note of that. Help is on the way. God. Sorry, we are burning, we're still trying to find the arrival in the FMC. Don't worry, my friend, help is on the way.
Yeah, it's still not there in my FMC, so...
Still not there.
Okay, do you have the Angel 4 arrival?
Okay.
Oh, that's alright, it's my bad. Apologies, I see it now.
We found it now, you got it.
You can resume own navigation to Las Vegas, then proceed on Hackman Angel 4 arrival.
Hackman 4 Angels.
Las Vegas, Embassy on navigation to Hackman Angel 4 arrival, version 22 heavy.
American 1368, descend via the rock stop on arrival, and currently landing runway 26.
Makers is actually the boundary with the Oakland Center, kind of Northern California. But he's gonna let us go soon. Cool. Time to do
radar contact
a little PA. Nice weather in
3212
San Francisco.
Contact over Tuba City.
The update at 1856. Yeah, that's nice. A bit of a tailwind, 0703.
You can descend with the rock
9 statute miles, few at 900, broken at 200, temperature 16, still 3009. Yeah, the star names are cool in the US because they've got a theme running, you know.
8375. Looks like you got
they will take like either like sports or like the names of the area, or I don't know. They'll do something. They'll organize a sequence. They'll definitely do something nice with the stars, yeah. And some of the departures as well.
Alright, maintain 170 knots now.
170, 1399.
In Europe, it's not quite there yet.
8375 vectors for the islands now, runway 24 right.
Versus 24 by 8275.
Was it
8375.
was it the other day in Baltimore, on the arrival in Baltimore, there was something with, you know, patriotic something, and in Washington as well, I think there was a couple of arrivals with all the stuff about
40 confirmed, descend via the Rockstar 1 arrival.
the American Revolution or whatever. Yeah, it's cool.
Sub 1667, radar contact out of 320.
Right, the landing rate is opened, God.
24 right, the 8
As we said there, as long as we don't get onto the seawall, that's the main
Okay,
thing
we'll
to
pick
do.
up Kilo Hollywood 124 right, Southwest 1667.
Air Canada 687, can you accept the RNAV RNP Zulu runway 25 left?
Negative. Enable.
Air Canada 687, wait, 1 please.
Southwest 8375, when established in the localizer, contact the tower 120.95, bye-bye.
Over the tower, bye-bye, 8275.
When am I going back to LA actually?
Southwest 1399, traffic is company 737 joining ahead of you for runway 24 right, about 7 miles.
Oh, week 17, Denver to LA. But I think it's for the Broncos to the Chargers game. So I'll be back to...
2057, Oakland still offline, radar services terminated, frequency approved.
Frequency change approved, United 2057, thanks for the help, bye.
Bye. And Delta 126 Heavy, Oakland Center's offline, radar services terminated, frequency approved, good day.
122.8. Oh. Cool. It's gonna be time to descend anyway, so as per the SID, it's level 200 initially. So here at Makers, they probably would have transferred us to Auckland, and then Auckland would have said something like United 2057 cleared Surfer 4 arrival, and descend via the Surfer 4 arrival to flight level 200 or something like that. That will start initially flight level 200. And then if he says descend via the Surfer 4 arrival, then you just follow whatever is published. So while we already checked on the arrival chart, that's exactly what you'll do. So he won't tell you to descend like, you know, altitude by altitude. He'll just tell you to descend via the arrival, and you'll just make it yourself basically. So make the 200, then make the 15,000, then the 10,000, then the 8, and then the 6 here. So yeah, you just fly the arrival by yourself. It's actually it's quite a good system because it prevents like congestion on the radio and any potential confusions as well. Everything is on the chart, you just have to follow the arrival. It's quite neat. Yeah. Help is on the way. Yeah, I don't see you on Volanta microflight. Because I thought I had... I know I don't have you as a friend. I thought I had you as a friend on this. I don't. But regardless... Oh jeez, how did I end up in Singapore there all of a sudden? I'm looking at Volanta, it's looking back at Singapore. Yeah, I don't see you on Volanta. Volanta. I've got the VATSIM settings, yeah. Unless I go Volanta, oh yeah, on Volanta you are. It doesn't show on VATSIM, that is weird. Because I thought it was showing everybody on VATSIM anyway, it doesn't matter. Oh, you are in Singapore. Maybe I don't know because microflight, cool. Here's the friend request accepted. Oh yeah, but it shows offline now. You're hiding. You're hiding, aren't you? Yeah, because even as a friend, it still doesn't show. Where are are you, X3? ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está? Oh yeah, here it is. Oh yeah, you're in Singapore. You're flying back to Brussels? Wow. I know, even maybe beyond. Oh, you're... I'm getting confused. Because it shows departure here on Antwerp. Oh, Shanwick is on. Good. San Diego. Ah, San Francisco is gone. It's just the tower. What's his frequency? Oh no, it's ground. Oh no, tower. 1205. Okay. Cool. So we'll preset 1205. Ah, okay, yeah. Sometimes it gets confused. No worries. Right, so seatbelts on. Let me quickly double check thing if I can find it. I like these flights, they're really nice, and just an hour and a half or something, 2 hours maximum, you go to cool airports. It's really nice. So we'll try X3, we'll try on Sunday to do the Incheon to Shanghai. If you're around, then we'll try to do that one. And if maybe some of you as well want to join along, then the more the merrier, I guess. Right, so it's gonna approach 200. I'll leave it for the moment at 200, because you don't want to set like below 200 in case the VNAV like lets go and then you set like a lower altitude and they bust the 200 at nearly there. And from the 340 knots in the descent, it's gonna reduce also automatically to 280, so it should take care of it. Yeah, I'll take the 7.4, yeah. We'll rock the 747. Get the dust off the wings a little bit. It's been a while. We'll fly the 4-engine aircraft, eh? 346, 747. The dinosaurs. Because they're not used so much anymore. 4-engine aircraft are not fashionable at the moment. Oh, indeed. Oh, woof woof. We'll let the dogs out. Ooh, 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 ooh. Sorry, I couldn't resist. That's cool, huh? Now we're flying along the coast. A couple of little roads there, looks quite like hilly and quite woody area, a few forests and stuff. So 28 left. Yep. Excellent. Very nice, very nice. Right, so now we're approaching 200. We've got 8 miles to run. Still in VNAV path, so we'll go to the next altitude, which is 15,000, I think. Yep. However, even though it's an altitude, we'll have to wait until we cross 190, because you've got the restriction here. You've got first a restriction at 200 and then restriction at 190, so you need to make sure that you cross those two flight level restrictions first, and then reset the altimeter to the altimeter setting there for 15,000. Maybe it's a little bit pedantic, but that's the way it's supposed to work. Do I prefer passenger or cargo flights? It's got its pros and cons. With cargo flight, you're pretty much doing your own thing. There's no worries about passengers, and you know, it's easier in a sense. But passenger flights, usually the destinations are a little bit nicer as well. So yeah, half and half. I would tend to say though passenger, but cargo is nice. We've done a lot of cargo recently, and cargo is nice as well. If you fly on the 300ER, like just with like cargo in the belly, or maybe cargo a little bit in the cabin, it's nice because you're pretty much doing your own thing. You know, you don't have to care so much about the passengers. There's no cabin crew and stuff, so it's good that way. Right, so now we passed 190, so we'll reset the altimeter 3009, like that, and we can do the approach checklist. Approach checklist.
Approach checklist. Altimeters.
Set and checked.
Set. Approach checklist complete.
Fantastic. Just help it with a bit of speed brake. Maintain the 280 knots and the descent. Like that. Oh, there's a livery for Koreans. Cool. I'll take the 747 Korean as well. Definitely do that. So I guess by the time we get the flight going, it's probably gonna get dark. So personally, I'll use the daytime settings, because otherwise it's gonna be a little bit dark. But alright, after 15,000, we go down to 10,000. So we are in VNAV path, approaching waves, so we can set the next altitude. It does help with the FPS. You'll be flying on X-plane, huh? Yeah, I'm a 777 Bob. The 747 is the queen of the skies. And this one is probably the king. If you ain't Boeing, I ain't going. And that's pretty much San Francisco straight ahead here. That's the bay here, I think. The airport is maybe this part, because that's the bottom of the bay here. San Francisco, the airport is first on the way up the bay, and then downtown San Francisco is probably hidden below this cloud layer there. So we're getting there. 737 Max, the weird uncle, and the 737, the little kid, or the weird uncle. So we're gonna make 15,000 or below with no worries. We're already at 13,000. But it's gonna keep Epic at or above 10,000, which is nice. So those restrictions and those arrivals are really designed to be flown with that VNAV, because it takes care of the ideal descent path or profile, taking into account all these restrictions, but without, like, you know, crossing them exactly at like 15,000 or 10,000. It just does its own thing, you know, calculating like a perfect or ideal descent profile, but still taking into account those restrictions. It works like beautifully, you know. You just have to let it do its thing. If you were trying to think yourself, oh, I need to cross between 15 and 10, and if you had to do all the calculations yourself, it will be like, what the fuck compte. Oh, and that's San Jose there. Oh, and that was Ken UK, is that what you were saying? Bad Boy Rogue. Is that? Ah no, KSQL, sorry. It's the Q that led me wrong. But yeah, that's San Jose there. So yeah, that's the bottom part of the Bay Area, and then the western part of it. I think the airport is there. So Santa Clara will be around here somewhere. That's where the stadium is actually. So from the airport, you don't actually go through downtown San Francisco, which is further north. You just go down the coast there of the bay. Right, let's reduce the altitude. 8,000 feet first at Follett. Which airport, sorry? 777 Bob? This one here, maybe? Or that QNSQ or whatever was the ICO code? KNU Quebec. Kilo November Uniform Quebec. Oh, the 747 shuttle carrier. KNUQ, yeah. Oh, Moffett Field, okay. And they had the 747 shuttle carrier. Wow. That's amazing.
10,000 feet.
So 10,000 feet, good. Let's turn on some of the lights.
Cabin crew, prepare for landing.
So 8,000 feet is gonna work exactly at Follett. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, it's a beautiful area. A little bit hazy, but today, in the sim at least, but it's really nice.
1,000 feet to level off.
Right, so approaching Follett, we can set the next altitude, 6,000 by Eddie. Cabin is ready. Yeah, of course, 777 Bob, go ahead, please. Got a bit of a tailwind, not too much, but it's not gonna help with the deceleration on the base leg. So here's Follett.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be arriving at our destination shortly. If you are making
Now it's going to increase the rate of descent a little bit, yeah.
service agent meeting this flight or
Make
video
Eddie at
monitors inside
6,000.
connecting gate information. For your continued
Gate
safety, flight attendants
information.
will now walk through the cabin to secure it for
Speaks a
landing.
little bit
We'll
funny.
be collecting all service items, newspapers, and any other items you wish to discard or may not be taking off the aircraft with you. Also, in preparation for landing, please turn off all electronic devices.
4,000 after Eddie.
All other carry-on items. Please use caution when opening overhead bins as items may have shifted
Yep,
during
it's
our
a little bit hazy. Where's Moffett? That's San Jose or Moffett, this one?
1,000 feet to level off.
We will be landing shortly. Thank you.
Oh no, that's maybe San Jose here. So that will be Moffett there then. The blimp hangars. Oh, are they? Is that these things there? I mean, that's the default scenery, but oh wow, that's amazing. Descend 4,000. Oh. Descend. It's been in the sim since FS9. Yeah, that one is the default there. I don't have anything specific. Flaps 1.
Speed check, flaps 1.
Right, so we'll go flight level change now. 4,000 feet initially. We'll start coming back on the speed because we're on a close base leg now, so we've got to come back on the speed a little bit. Otherwise, we're gonna become difficult. Flaps 5.
1,000 feet to level off.
Flaps 5.
Speed check, flaps 5. Speed check, flaps 5.
Right, so that's SID B. So now we can go down to 3,100 by Heman. Yep. Cool, it's gonna work out nicely. We're going India Sierra Foxtrot Oscar identified, so we'll arm the approach. And then we've got the tower on 205. And we'll try to get a continuous descent approach if we can. The little white lozenge there, that's the glide slope, so it's just above us. Yeah, it's gonna work out nicely.
Delta 2339, wind 060 at 6, runway 1 right, clear for takeoff.
1 right, clear for takeoff, Delta 2339.
Localizer capture and glide slope capture, beautiful. It worked out very nicely there. And the missed approach is
2780 ready.
4,000 feet, cool.
Lufthansa 2780, pushing start approved, contacting holding short taxiway Alpha.
So what's that, 4,000? Flaps 15.
Speed check, flaps 15.
So remember that the DME reads an extra 2 miles, so instead of 10 miles, we are actually at 8 miles now. That's the trick. Gear down. Flaps 20.
Speed check, flaps 20.
2,500.
Checkity check. And here are the two runways
Cabin crew, take your seats.
San Francisco Tower, good afternoon, United 2057 Heavy. Final 28 left.
2057 Heavy, San Francisco Tower, good afternoon. Runway 28 left, clear to land. Traffic will depart the crossing runway prior to arrival.
Clear to land, 28 left, United 2057 Heavy. Flaps 30.
Speed check, flaps 30.
Delta 2339.
Frequency change to advisory.
Fantastic.
Have a great flight.
It's going from runway 1 right. It's beautiful to see the traffic there coming in and out. Is absolutely amazing. Landing checklist.
Landing checklist. Landing checklist complete.
So we are at 4.5 miles at 1500 feet, so it doesn't really look very right, but that's why I was saying the approach is a little bit funny.
126 Heavy, San Francisco Tower, good afternoon. Runway 28 right, clear to land. Caution, wake turbulence, heavy.
Oh, you're going on 28 right. Fantastic.
On the parallel.
Is it 777 or a 788? Right, flight director.
Delta 8841, taxi hotel.
1,000 feet. Approach stable.
Check. Oh, it's a little bit hazy. Check that visibility. Wow.
Alpha, Mike 1, 1 left, Delta 8841.
Wow. A little bit hazy. Even for like early afternoon. Dun 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 dun. Brace for impact. Wish me luck. Before landing, coffee checklist. Oh no, if I have coffee now, I'm not gonna sleep.
500.
No time for coffee now. Now it's time for honey and butter. Something neutral, something smooth.
Approaching minimums.
Checkity check. There's hardly any wind, I've got no excuses.
Minimums.
Continue.
$50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
Give yourselves.
Speed brakes up. Reversers normal.
San Francisco, beautiful. With all those crossing runways. $60 knots.
60 knots.
Manual braking.
2057 Heavy, welcome to San Francisco. Exit left when able. Taxi to parking by Alpha.
Okay, left when able, and we'd like to go to Fox 13, please. United 2057.
2057, taxi to the Foxtrot gates via Alpha.
Via the Foxtrot gate, via Alpha, United 2057. Hold on, because I'm not really sure where that is.
San Francisco Tower, hello, this is Lufthansa 454
Yeah,
Heavy.
I'm not really sure.
28 right, fully established.
I can see Delta and Kilo. I'll just take it this way.
Lufthansa 454 Heavy, San
hold on.
Francisco Tower, good afternoon. Wind 060 at 6, runway 28 right, clear to land. Traffic will depart the crossing runway prior to arrival.
Runway 28 right, Lufthansa 454 Heavy.
X3! You've got the landing rate. Excellent.
Delta 8841, runway 1 left, line up and wait. Traffic on a 10 mile crossing runway.
This will be your indication it is safe to move about the cabin, gather your belongings, and disembark. We'd like to thank you for flying with us today. We appreciate your business and hope to see you again on a future flight.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the Fox Gate is, to be fair. That's Quebec 1.
Delta 126 Heavy, welcome to San Francisco. Exit left when able, cross runway 28 left, then taxi to parking by Alpha.
Left when able, cross 28 left, taxi.
Yeah, no, I don't have a clue. The scenery doesn't really match, so for some reason, I don't know. I'll go and do my thing. Welcome.
Delta 8841, you ready to roll?
Yes, sir.
Delta 8841, 060, wind 060 at 6, runway 1 left, clear for takeoff, traffic on 4 mile final at crossing runway.
Clear to go, 1 left, Delta 8841.
So that's my Fox 84 in the scenery there. Cool. The APU is running. That's good as well. San Francisco. Here's the guidance system. Got Boeing 777 on the board. Lights and doors.
Cabin crew disarm doors and cross-check.
Delta 8841, frequency change to advisory approved. Have a great flight.
Delta 8841, so long.
Up. It breaks to harm, this thing. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop.
Tower, Lufthansa 2780, ready for taxi.
Right, so
Lufthansa 2780 Heavy.
parking brake set and APU is running.
Could you
Can
replace
shut
that
down the
last
engines, disarm the doors.
Lufthansa 2780 Heavy, runway 1 left, taxi via Alpha, Mike 1.
What was that in the background?
Taxi
Windows.
via Alpha, Mike 1.
Oh, Volanta. Cool. But normally it doesn't give me an alert like that. Flight director can come off. The speed is gonna do that later on.
Lufthansa 454 Heavy, welcome to San Francisco. Exit left when able, cross runway 28 left, taxi to parking via Alpha.
Crossing 28 left, taxi parking via Alpha, Lufthansa
Cool.
454.
Excellent. Let's see Volanta. Flight ending soon. It has ended now. Complete now. I'll just wait actually. That's it. Cool. Review your flight. You're the 88th person to land there today. No, 38. Cool. Here it is, it's recorded.
Tower,
everything.
Lufthansa 454 Heavy, can we go to gate 101 Alpha via Bravo in Quebec?
Beautiful.
Lufthansa
Very nice indeed.
454 Heavy, Spruce.
Cool.
Roger, Lufthansa 454 Heavy.
Shutdown checklist.
Shutdown checklist. Parking brake.
Set.
Shutdown checklist complete.
Checkity check. Right, let's disembark. First of all, bring the jetway. Like so. Oh, the cargo doors are already open, that's good. And then we'll do the deboarding. And once the jetway is in place, then you can open the door. They will come, normally they would come, once the jet bridge is in place, they would come at the door and knock at the door. There's a little window, the crew would look, they would give thumbs up, and then they would open from the inside. Which we're gonna simulate here. By opening the doors from
2780, heavy wind 060 at 6, runway 1 left.
the door option there.
Clear for takeoff, runway 1 left.
There we are.
80 heavy.
Welcome to San Francisco. A little bit hazy today, huh? Nice. Cool, guys. Hey, good night, Bob. Thank you very much for joining me today on this flight. Hope you enjoyed it. That was a good reference with Moffat. I'll have a look at the link you sent and stuff. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the flight. That was Phoenix to San Francisco. I was set to take the Arizona Cardinals to play the San Francisco 49ers, which I think is on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. I know there was a game last night, which I've not caught up with, so I don't want to know the result. Don't tell me the result. I'll watch it tomorrow at some point. But yeah, nice flight. I like that San Francisco area, so I was keen to do at least one flight into San Francisco for the tour. So here we are. It's a beautiful approach, actually. That's probably in my top 3 of approaches there in the world, along with as I said before, like 3-1 right in JFK, because you've got like Manhattan in the background and stuff. Edinburgh I find very nice, and San Francisco there as well. It's quite nice. Oh, the 346 is being painted for Sunday. Nice. I'll let you know. I'll confirm just in case, because things might change. Things are quite fluid, but I'll confirm that in the morning just to make sure. But for the moment, I don't see any issues to do that on Sunday. So we'll see you around like 10 Zulu on Sunday to fly to Shanghai. Oh, ni hao. Oh. That's it. Cool. Yeah, otherwise I'll hang around for any last minute questions, and then I'll head off into the Californian afternoon. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the flight. I'll be back, as I said, next week for this one. For the tour, it would be Atlanta to Dallas, I think, if I remember, as I said earlier on. So we'll see. Probably do a Delta flight. So microflight. If you're around, you can join me on the Delta 777 probably again. If it's Delta or United, I do 777. If it's Southwest, or I'll do 737. The other day, Allegiant was 320. You do also like American on the 320 or the 319 from time to time, but I will do what we know. There's not a lot of airlines with the 747, so with the 747 it's a little bit more tricky to find an airline that at least operates like 747s in the US. It's a dying breed, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, just one thing before we fold away. The traffic thing is amazing, because they would have traffic landing on 28 left here, the one we just landed on, and also 28 right, because they've got those. It's not exactly parallel, but it's kind of semi-parallel approaches, and then they would have traffic departing from 01 left and 01 right there, like this in this direction. So they've got traffic coming in here, traffic departing there,
San Francisco Tower will now be
and
closing. Frequency change to advise.
sometimes traffic departing in parallel there on 01 left and 01 right. It's really spectacular to see, man. It's really good. You're like, are they serious? Are they really taking off in parallel? It's amazing. Really good to watch. Okay, United has a 747. Yeah, there might be in PMDG an old kind of livery. Yeah, I'll have a look at it as well. Just to put the 747 in. Maybe one of these days. The old beast. That's that, guys. Thank you for joining me again today. I hope you enjoyed the flight. Have a good Saturday, and hopefully I'll see you Sunday about 1000 Z, something like that. And in the meantime, I'll head off. Thank you very much again, and I'll see you soon. Take care.